Obviously, you had Michigan.
The Wolverines.
The Wolverines. I saved them for last for a specific reason.
Go blue.
So we have a close friend of the show who's been on a couple episodes. Big-time Michigan fan.
Jumped off the show real quick.
Oh, yeah. Big-time Michigan fan. And he's excited.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually, just from talking to him the last couple days, I wanted to get his practice schedule, see if maybe he could jump on, be on the podcast, talk about his feelings. Couldn't make that work. He's like, I'll send you a statement.
Jack Kelly provides us a statement.
Provides us as
now we're
maybe
taking
one
statements.
one of the biggest Michigan fans. So this is from a Michigan, like, I don't like any of the teams in it. You don't. You're not a fan. Matt, if he was here, not a fan of any of the teams in. So, like, this is a biased. So, Michigan fan, right? Is this their first time in the playoff? Have they been in it before? I don't think they have.
No, I don't think so.
So, it sends me a statement. Yeah, first time in, right?
Okay.
I can't tell you the last time they actually
He should
won.
have did a video statement.
I was hoping, and he
just like you did that Brian Kelly thing. That would have been cool.
He shut that down. I said an audio statement would be perfect. If it was a video, I would have plugged it right into I would have overlaid it over this. But he did send me a statement and said I would not read it till I get on the podcast. I open it up, Word document, full page.
Oh, come on, Jack.
Can I get in here? I don't think we could see it, but
that looks like a goddamn press release.
It's a full. It is, and literally, I don't think you could see it. And it says the top of it. This is how it's addressed. He put time into this. I'll give him credit. From the desk of Jack Kelly.
Oh God.
Attention, Choop Sports Inc. Stephen Hooper, CEO, and Choopaverse. Topic: Michigan football.
Did he write it in memo fashion?
Yep. Big Ten Championship recap and Orange Bowl outlook. I didn't ask for a recap, but we're going to read it. Mr. Jack Kelly has released the following statement regarding Michigan's dominant...
Did he write this, or are you saying this?
No, I am reading what
You're
he wrote.
Okay.
What is in this memo.
Okay.
Mr. Jack Kelly has released the following statement regarding Michigan's dominant Big Ten Conference Championship and subsequent invitation to the FBS College Football Playoffs.
So he gave us a statement and already started it in the third person.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. And he said I had to be the one to read it because he didn't trust anyone else.
I agree.
Yeah, reading it.
Yeah.
Pretty much called you guys dumb, for lack of a better word. For reasons unknown, I have loved Michigan sports, particularly football and basketball, since I was 4 or 5 years old. Again, did not know this was going to be Jack Kelly's life. This is your life.
Yeah. This is an autobiography.
Yes, this is the first page.
It's actually a biography because he's third person.
Yes.
But
local lore has it that I became mesmerized by the maize and blue winged helmets, and the rest is history. And while I do remember their 1997 run to a national championship...
Where's the local lord? The Dunmore Burger King? Oh, come on, Jack.
Much of my fandom has been marked by heartbreak and gloom ever since. In fact, for most of the 2000s, Michigan football has been unable to get over the hump and lost countless heartbreaking games. See Michigan State 2001, Texas 2005, Ohio State 2006, Appalachian State 2007, that one was terrible, Penn State 2013, Michigan State 2015, Ohio State 2016. Shouldn't it just be like every Ohio State game because this was the...
Yeah,
this is the first one that Harbaugh won. He was about to get fired.
Yeah, he was 0-8,
right. All of which have caused me to fall into a chronic state of fear, sadness, anger, trauma, and pessimism. Makes sense why he was so happy when we called him the other day. That was paragraph 1, by the way. We still have 4 more to go.
Oh, my God.
I will clip this so he could just listen to this part because he seems like he's an ego guy, so he's only going to want to listen to this one. Similar to Penn State, Notre Dame, and Texas, Michigan football had fallen into a state where it seems to never live up to the hype. Therefore, I, like most Michigan beat writers and national pundits...
Now we went back to the first person.
Yeah, and apparently he's a beat writer and pundit. He's lumping himself in with them.
Yeah.
Was very skeptical of Michigan returning to glory, quote unquote, this season. I apologize for using the official slogan of Notre Dame football since 1994. At the beginning of this season, it seemed as though 9-3 would exceed expectations, but boy was I wrong. The Michigan football team didn't just exceed expectations, they went 12-1. 12-1. Beat PSU and Wisconsin on the road. They went up to Madison.
I thought we were getting just a recap of the Big Ten title game.
No, I thought so too. This is on my part for I guess not reading it prior to.
Yeah.
But like I wanna be like you guys and just get it live.
Yeah, there's no more.
Yeah, we're done.
We review all content sent to the show before the show.
Keep it under 5 sentences.
Yeah.
The Michigan again. So where was I? Wisconsin on the road beat the crap out of Ohio State. Its first win since 2011. Won its first Big Ten championship since 2004, and its first since the Big Ten championship game was introduced. Earned its first trip to the college football playoff, and became the first team to do so when unranked to start the season.
When did he send this to you?
Yesterday.
When did you ask him for the statement?
Yesterday.
He did this in a day.
Oh, he might have sent it to me this morning. He might have woke up early to do this. They conquered their foes on the field and critics off it, and ultimately are now hailed as the champions of the Big Ten. Indiana's in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Just wondering. Jack's able to write that they're the champion. Are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
They took off into orbit for the moon and landed on Mars. What is this? I'm trying to read it like I'm trying to make it epic, but I'm reading it and I'm like, what is this? And the best part, they are one of the most likable college football teams I have ever seen. Okay? They epitomize a team that has come together, played for one cause that is bigger than any one individual, and played with something to prove. They might not be super explosive or exciting, but they clearly are having fun on the football field. Aiden Hutchinson is the definition of a relentless and has dominated this season after foregoing the NFL draft. And he was just named for one of the finalists for the Heisman. Kenneth Walker from Michigan State, who probably should also be a Heisman finalist, is not. Just throwing that one out there.
Walker's not a Heisman finalist?
No. He was not invited.
This country's shot.
Cade McNamara has quieted the haters and doubters. Hassan Haskins has become a household name despite limited Division I offers and being deemed, quote-unquote, too slow. And then there's Jim Harbaugh.
Is this where we go into 2 more paragraphs about Harbaugh?
Yeah. Who not only took a pay cut to remain at Michigan, I imagine that was like, but take like a pay cut.
Everybody else in the country that took a pay cut because of COVID?
Or it was probably take a pay cut or you're gone, like Ben Roethlisberger this year. But I digress. Took a pay cut to remain at Michigan, but has silenced all critics. Looking at you, Paul Feinbaum. Big-time listener of this show, Paul Feinbaum. We'll make sure it gets
Jack's
to him.
Beat writer rival or what?
I guess. To lead Michigan into completely unknown territory, undoubtedly, he has earned National Coach of the Year. You think so? Or
I will give him that.
Okay.
That's probably the only thing right now I agree with it, Jack.
Okay. I'm not sure what the college football playoff will hold for the Wolverines. Georgia is a very formidable opponent and might have too much talent for Michigan to overcome.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game. But go ahead.
Georgia's front 7 defensively specifically scares me, especially with Michigan's style of play. I do know this. Based on its track record this season, Michigan should not be doubted. Pounding the table for Jack there.
Pounded the table.
Yeah, that's why I figured.
Yeah.
I could feel it while I'm reading this.
Spit flying and everything.
Yeah. You should have one of those shields right now.
Gotta be a face shield.
They have demonstrated tremendous leadership from the conclusion of last season to now, and they have owned being the underdog. They attack every day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. They play with a chip on their shoulder, and they all accept their role and do their job. As if Jack is there every day. He must have sources, and if he has sources and he's holding them out on us, I'm going to be pissed. No matter the end result, this season has replaced the scars of the past with pure jubilation. I am a believer. Go Blue!
That's the end of the statement?
That's the end of the statement. Thoughts on the statement. Immediate thoughts on it.
You really want my immediate thoughts on this?
Yeah, I didn't write the statement, so yeah.
So here's the problem I have.
Okay.
I understand he's a very emotional and passionate fan. But if you wrote that in 24 hours, but he had to go through the season yearbook and like website.
It took time.
So
it took time.
If you pulled all that stuff
for this
without
send it to us,
getting into and sent it to us within that little bit of time,
so 30 people can hear it.
Yes, essentially what I know is, Kara, everything's gonna be fine because you're not gonna have to worry about Jack running off with anybody because if he's not picking up anybody at the bar with that kind of a statement and that kind of
no,
what in the hell?
It took time. I give him credit, and honestly,
the Big Ten Network should pick him up for that.
Just by reading this, I might have to text him after this.
And he's a math teacher.
He can. Jack, you should write a blog, Michigan blog, and just.
Here's what we should do.
Michigan podcast. Listen. Go ahead.
Remember we had our boy Noah Tanner on.
Yes.
Noah's the big communication major.
He's going to be an ESPN anchor one day.
I think we send Jack's statement to Noah for Noah to critique. Jack's a math guy.
Okay. And then maybe read the critiques next week.
Yes.
On the podcast.
Yes. Let Noah grade Jack's statement.
Love it. Now, I really do think Jack, after that, could probably get a following from Michigan fans if he did something. Like, he would get a following.
I don't.
And you know how you kicked around the idea before, I guess you thought it was too lazy to just, I don't know, pull out a laptop and start talking about Indiana.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about, listen, this is a network. I like to be behind the scenes, man. I like to produce. Like, I want to make this a platform, not chooping it up.
Yeah, I can't talk to myself.
Not the chooping it up pod. That is, me, you, and Matt.
Right.
Like I'm stuck to this until.
That's the mothership of the network.
Like I'm stuck. I'm in it.
Yeah.
Right, like I'm
in the.
You could, and you could have Steve.
I mean, but then again, I'm talking to myself today. If it's not you.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think I can just sit here and listen to you guys talk, and just do this and set this up.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to do it. But I do enjoy producing the back end, the social media. Like, you want to do Indiana? Hey, I can set you up. I don't think you're ever going to. Yeah, Jack wants to do a Michigan podcast, and you said you can't talk to yourself. You know who could stare directly into a laptop camera and just talk about Michigan after that? Jack, and he would have no problem. So I'm gonna try to do some back end business deals here.
Okay.
And see if Jack potentially wants to get a Michigan, because he do football, basketball, a big Michigan guy. Maybe a podcast here on the Choop Sports Network. That's what we're gonna call it. It won't be the mothership. It won't be the Chooping It Up pod, but, I mean...
The flagship.
Yeah, it won't be the flagship show. That's always going to be this. But, like, I could probably help him out, make the graphics. I enjoy the graphic design stuff. I feel like some of the graphics I bring are pretty good. You enjoy them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%.
I think last week is my best work.
Yeah.
With the going on the Star Wars theme. I think that was great. But, like, I want to start branching out. So I'm going to actually reach out to Jack after that statement and see if he wants to get his own Michigan podcast right here on the network when he's not tutoring and coaching basketball and teaching and whatnot. I mean, he found time to write that up. So, I mean.
Jack was definitely, he had his glasses on, right?
Do you think?
He had athletic shorts on with his white socks on.
With like
and a white undershirt on, sitting at the counter. His feet were hanging off the stool.
I was gonna ask you. You think he wrote this while he was maybe on the toilet? You think his morning dump?
I thought you were gonna ask if he was bombed.
No. Morning dump. Like he takes a sip of his morning coffee. Oh, bowels moved. Let me get the laptop. I'm gonna write this statement.